Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to the channel. And as today's title says, where does your musical inspiration come from? I hope you guys enjoyed that little riff I just played in the beginning. That's actually something that I just hit me as I was thinking about making this video, because I've been struggling with trying to come up with some inspirational stuff. It's really hard sometimes to come up with like making a video, trying to figure out what's going to be a good video, something that I want to do, that I want to share with the rest of you. Sometimes it's very easy, like when I do a gear review of a new guitar I got, like this Schecter or something like that, and I review it. It's very easy because I love the guitar. It's very easy to do. But when you don't have like a piece of gear to review and you still want to talk to your audience and you want to talk to people, or you want to be inspired to play, sometimes I struggle with that because there are a lot of things that do inspire me out there. But then there's some times where nothing is coming, and I don't try to force myself. I don't ever try to force myself to like come up with a guitar riff. I just like to sit down and jam and let it come naturally. But you ever have those days or weeks where like nothing really good is coming out of what you're doing? You feel like you're sitting in your room or in your studio or wherever you guys play, and you're sitting there and you're like, nothing good is coming out. Nothing is coming out, and I'm not feeling inspired. And it kind of makes you kind of be like, oh, and you get frustrated because you really maybe want to write a song and you want to come up with some new riffs, and it's just not coming to you. And sometimes you get like writer's block or riffs block or whatever it is, and you start struggling, and then you're trying to look for inspiration. Now, for me, some of the things that inspire me are just what's going on in life, what's going on in my life, things that have happened in my life, things that I see going on in the world. That a lot of that stuff will inspire me to write songs and write music, and sometimes it just pours out. You know, problem is trying to remember all that stuff. I try to make it a habit of writing lyrics down the top of my head, just random lyrics, whatever, even if it's just one phrase or whatever. I try to make a habit of writing that down, and then maybe I can compose that into something later. I always try to record riffs when I'm playing, or record me practicing. That way, if I come up with a cool lick, I get it on video, and then I can play it back and figure it out. I do try to do that stuff, but sometimes I just want to jam, and I don't want to set up camera equipment, and I don't want to do all that. And then you come up with something great, and you're like, oh my God, I got to record that. So I at least try to have a camera in the room or something to record it so I have it there. But sometimes it's hard, you know. I mean, it's hard to do. Now, another thing that inspires me a lot is having the gear I have, like having guitars. Guitars inspire me. I don't know. I'm a guitar junkie. If you guys have seen my guitar collection video, I have a lot of guitars, no doubt. I've collected them over many, many years, and I love them, and I'm a big guitar junkie. But guitars inspired me to play. When I see a guitar like this, it makes me want to pick it up and play it, and that's what I like about it. And everybody has their different likes of what guitar inspires them. There's some guitars that don't inspire me. Some guitars actually make me not want to play. I actually want to take it and smash it and throw it off the stage. But I like guitars that inspire me. I like gear that inspires me. Like, I love my orange amps. Every time I look at one of my orange amps, it inspires me to want to plug it and play, because it's such an amazing amp and I love playing it. Same thing with my guitars. But sometimes it's hard to get other inspirations when you're trying to write. And I'm not a great songwriter by no means. I don't think I am. I've wrote some pretty decent songs, I think, and other people think they're pretty good too. But you know, you want to just keep pushing forward until you get that song that really resonates with people. And sometimes it's very hard, and sometimes you get into these funks about trying to play or trying to write. And then once you start doing YouTube and making YouTube videos and getting into that thing, you get in this whole other funk where you find that you're not playing unless you're making a video, which kind of sucks. You know, so I try to play as much as I can outside of making videos and doing things like that, just to try to better myself and keep making music, because I love to play. I love to play, and I love music, and I love listening to it, and I love finding new stuff that I like. But it's hard sometimes, especially in this day and age with everything that's going on, to find some healthy inspirations, I guess I'll say. So, what do you guys do? I want to ask you guys, what are your inspirations? What inspires you to play and pick up a guitar every day and write? Because I do have days where I don't want to play. I just don't feel like playing. Like, I don't try to, there's times where I've forced myself to play because I'm like, I need to play. But I have days where I just am not motivated to pick up guitar, and then I feel guilty about that in the end. And I was watching Ola England, and Ola was talking about it, and he was saying he pretty much only plays nowadays when he's doing his videos and stuff. And then like when he has to go play with his bands, if he has to go play with the Haunted or something, he has to go spend some time and learn those songs again, because he really is only playing guitar when he's making his videos for his YouTube channel and stuff. Which is kind of like, I kind of get in that rut too sometimes, where I'm only playing when I'm working on videos or something of that nature or something like that. And it's kind of like, how do you get out of that? How do you balance that out? So I've really been trying to balance that out and figure out, my playing for my personal stuff and doing what I do, and what I want to do on my channel and what I want to put out there as well. And then there's days where I feel like maybe I should just set a camera up and let you guys just see what I do on a daily basis when I'm in my band room. Just like film the whole thing, like my process of just screwing around, picking up different guitars and playing with different things and plugging into different amps, just messing around on a daily basis. Maybe I should make a video like that. If you guys are interested in seeing something like that, leave a comment down below and let me know, because I'll make that video. I just thought it'd be too boring for you guys to watch, like a process of me trying to create a video or make a video or something. But inspiration is something I try to find it in nature. I try to find it in what's going on in my life. I've written plenty of songs about things that have gone on in my life. I also wrote a song that is actually about Halloween, because I love Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. It is probably my favorite holiday. And the song is called Freaky People. And I actually have a video out. It's on this channel. It's also on my Silverflow band channel. So if you go to the band channel called Silverflow, you'll find it, and you can find my music video for that song. And it's a super cool song, and it's about Halloween. And it really came out really well. I'm really happy with it. I wrote another song called School Days. It's about when I was younger and a teenager, and how I used to skip school and go to the downtown mall and run around with my friends. Pretty cool video. It's on this channel and on my music channel as well. It's also all my songs that I've written that are out there. You can go to Spotify or any streaming service and find my music as well. I'm not getting famous by no means, but it's out there. If you want to listen to it and see what I do, you can find it. Silverflow is the band. That's what the moniker it's under. Some of it's like silver hashtag, like Silverflow, so not hashtag, Silverflow underscore. It's like, I can't talk. It's silver underscore flow for certain things. I think it is for Instagram, whatever. I can't remember. There's so many things. It's so hard to keep track of. But anyway, Silverflow, you'll find it. And that's the band name that I use for my music, and I have a YouTube channel for that. It doesn't have a whole lot of subscribers on it, because most people are subscribed to this channel instead of that one, because I do more on this one than that one. But those are the things that have inspired me. I wrote another song called Tattooed Cowboy, because I grew up on ranches my whole life, and I was a guy that used to work cows and do all this stuff and work on these ranches, but I wore jeans and a Metallica t-shirt and was out there in a baseball cap and a Metallica t-shirt and a pair of jeans with a bunch of tattoos working cows. And funny story about that is a guy actually said something to me that we were at a branding one day, and he looked at me and he goes, "You're just like a regular tattooed cowboy, aren't you?" And that phrase stuck in my head, and then I wrote a song about it. So it inspired me, that's the kind of stuff that kind of inspires me when it comes to writing songs. I wrote another song, it's called Dear Mr. President, that's directly, correlates to what's going on in the world today and stuff, and I felt like it needed to be said, and so I wrote that song. YouTube suppressed the hell out of it. They didn't like that. So it's out there. You guys check it out. It's on this channel. It's on Silverflow as well. But you're looking at inspiration, I get inspired by events, things that are going on in my life, things that I see. Get inspired by other musicians. I mean, what inspired me to even pick up and play the guitar in the first place was Eddie Van Halen. Hands down. Eddie Van Halen was my inspiration to pick up a guitar and start playing it. And then I had this notion in my head that if I can play Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, then I can play the guitar. So that was the first song I ever learned, was Stairway to Heaven. It was like that, learning that, and I'm not going to crank this too much, but learning that. schmeal deal. You know, I didn't play the whole thing right or anything, but learning that was like a big deal to me to learn how to play that. And I learned how to play the whole song, and I still know how to play the whole song. But that's like the one song that you don't play in a music store, just in case you don't know. But it's like what inspires you, like a good riff. Like I love good riffs. I'm very much when I listen to music, I'm listening to the rhythm section. I love a good riff. I love a good riff. Perfect example is and I'm trying to learn it, but I don't have it down by no means, so I'm not even going to try it. But The Warning came out with a song called Hell You Call a Dream, and the intro riff is just awesome. It's just this riff that just grabs you, and I love that stuff. I love those riffs that grab you. You know, it's just like, you know, when Metallica came out with that Enter Sandman riff, where it was like, that riff just grabs you. It's a great riff. It's not complicated to play, and it just grabs you and it holds you. It just holds you. So things like that are things that really inspire me when I hear a good riff like that. That it makes me want to go jam and play a bunch of riffs and do a bunch of crazy stuff like that, and just get in there and rock out. And when I get in my groove, and I'm really into playing and really into like just ripping out stuff and just jamming, I can be in this room for hours. I could spend all day in my band room just ripping out different stuff when I really get in my groove, and it's cool. But it drives me crazy when I get in a funk. And when I get in a funk and I don't feel like playing, I feel guilty about that. And it's just kind of like, ugh, you know. So I'm always trying to find new inspiration for writing songs. It's why I learned how to play the bass. I'm trying to learn how to play the drums. I'm working on it. Drums aren't the easiest thing in the world, but I'm trying to do it. I don't practice near as much as I should because I keep practicing more on my guitar than anything else. But I like being able to play multiple instruments. I think that helps with your inspiration in writing. So it's something that I do. I also love playing different guitars because different guitars give me different feels, which helps inspire me to write different songs. So that's one of the other things I do. I really try to, when it comes to being inspired and playing, I don't want to write some crappy song. I want to write some song that makes you feel something. Like for me, music is emotion. Music makes you feel emotions, and I want to write a song that is relevant and resonates with people. So I don't ever want to try to force it out of me, but then I feel guilty sometimes when I've got nothing. Like you come in the band room, you jam out a little bit, but you got nothing. And you're like, you know, what do I got to do? And then I think about like, you know, these bigger bands that, you know, they're signed and they got to deal with all this stuff, and the company's like, you got to put out a record. You wonder sometimes if they actually put out the best record they could because they're trying to force it all out of them. Where once they get to a certain point, they get more control over what they're doing, and then they can take their time and really put out something that's worthy. Because usually in the music industry, that first record that you hear that's that hit record when they really, you know, break out, I mean, that band's probably been playing for 10 years and playing those songs for 10 years, and it finally takes off. So they had like 10 years to write that first album, and they had 10 years to refine it and make it into what it was, and then you're on the hook after that because you put out this great album. Now everybody expects you to do that every time, and it's really hard to do. So just curious where you guys get inspiration. What inspires you guys to play? I mean, for me, I love playing. I love getting up every day. I have guitars. I have a whole guitar rack beside my couch in the house, so I play in there a lot too. And having the gear around that I need to play inspires me. Like I said, life inspires me. Different bands inspire me. You know, Eddie Van Halen was a huge inspiration to me, and just, you know, took off. You know, and as far as guitar players that inspired me to play and inspired me to play, it was Eddie Van Halen, James Hetfield, and Slash are my three favorites when it comes to guitar players. My three top favorites. You know, everybody's got their favorites, but those are my three top favorites that I just really inspire me. You know, James Hetfield is so inspiring because his rhythms and how he can do such crazy downpick and stuff just blows me away to this day. He's an amazing guitar player, hands down, and he's singing on top of it. So I mean, he's just an amazing guy. And then Slash, I mean, come on, it's Slash. I mean, who are we kidding now? Slash can play anything he wants to. Dude's just amazing. So I just want to talk a little bit about inspiration. What inspires you? What makes you tick? What makes you tick in the music world? What is amping you up? What are you listening to? You know, I mean, for me, I still listen to a lot of old school stuff, but you know, I got reinvigorated and inspired again, really inspired again when I started watching The Warning. They really, really have pumped me up to watch those three sisters, and what they're doing have really inspired me to really, push harder than I have been in recent years, and just keep playing and keep going with my music, and just keep playing for me. And if I can write a song that resonates with one person, then I accomplish what I'm doing when it comes to my music. Would we all like to be famous? Of course we would. We all like to be making millions off of playing music. Sure we would. But if I can write a song that resonates with one person or a couple people, then I've accomplished what I wanted to do in my music. Yeah, I would love to blow through the roof and go crazy and stuff, and that would be awesome. But it doesn't always happen. There's a lot of great bands out there, and a lot of great musicians that aren't getting any attention whatsoever. It's really a cliquey thing, I guess. But it is what it is. But anyway, I'd love to hear down in the comments below what inspires you guys. This was just me rambling, talking about inspiration. I've been really trying to spend more time getting inspired by things. But it's kind of tough sometimes. It's just tough sometimes. And when I'm not inspired to play, or I'm not inspired to write something, then I feel guilty about it. I really do. And sometimes that's my frustration. But anyway, I'd love to hear what inspires you guys, and what struggles that you guys run into. What walls do you run into? Because I think we all run into walls when it comes to writing or playing, and feel like we're trying to get over this hurdle, and you're trying to climb up this hill or whatever. And when you finally get over it, you're like, shoo, but they're there, and they're always going to be there. I hear even top musicians talk about those hurdles and stuff. So just curious about your thoughts. Just me rambling. I thought I'd make this video and just see what you guys think, the guys that follow my channel, and see what your thoughts are, what you guys do. Leave it all down below. Leave it all down below. Let's have a good conversation about it. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys liked the video. You guys know what to do, and just get out there, keep rocking. See you guys on the next one.